So it tells us we are live on YouTube.
Thank you, Christy. Welcome to everyone. This is our special meeting of council, live streamed electronically, Tuesday, May the 24th, 6 p.m. Christy, can you still hear me? Because everybody went off the screen.
I can still hear you, Bill.
Okay, can everybody else? Because I can't see anyone else on the screen.
Yes, maybe you need to do gallery view, maybe. I don't know.
There we are. Okay, so welcome everybody. If we can open our meeting with a moment of silence, please. Thank you, everyone. So this meeting is now open, and I do have a motion which was moved by Councillor Carroll and seconded by Councillor Jennings, that the special meeting of council agenda dated May the 24th, 2022 be approved as presented. All in favor? That's carried. Thank you. I will remind all of council that if you have any disclosure of interest, you can declare it now or anytime during the meeting. The next motion was moved by Councillor Carroll and seconded by Councillor Jennings, that council accept the sorry, is that the one I read now?
Yep, we don't have minutes because it's a special meeting,
yes,
so
okay.
we're into the reports.
Yes. Okay, so then if we don't, we don't have any minutes then, so there's no business arising from, we have no delegations. So the first report then is from the municipal officer, Allison. So I'll let you take over this part of the meeting, and then I will read the motion. So over to you. Thanks.
Thank you, Chair. This is an information update for council to advise that our receptionist administrative assistant has resigned to take a job at the county. We're sad to see the individual go, but wish her all the success in her move to the county, but this is just for information.
And no further questions. I have a motion. It was moved by Councillor Carroll and seconded by Councillor Jennings that council accept the resignation of the receptionist administrative assistant as information. All in favor? Thank you. And as Ali has said, we wish this person all the luck and a good relationship at the county. And so we wish that person luck, and we'll look forward to seeing her at the county. So thanks for that one there, Ali. And then we're going to move on to the second report. And the next one is on the junior planner job description and salary. So back to you on this one, Ali.
Thank you, Chair. So this report is coming back to council for approval. We did have a discussion on the planning position at the council meeting last week on May 17th, with committee approving for us to bring something forward to June 7th. Just based on the current workload and with the resignation that we just received for our receptionist administrative assistant, it is deemed expedient for us to get this job posted. The admin assistant did a lot of the administrative work for the planning side, and we do really need to fill that position, seeing that we have that resignation. The job description was reviewed and revised by staff. So the clerk administrator, myself, the CBO, and also another planner looked at the job description. The job description was scored as per our township scoring matrix, with it falling between 29.23 an hour and 35.37 an hour. I know previously this had been brought forward to council, and I believe it fell between $25 and some cents and $26. That was based off 217 wages, because that's when the last review was done. So we took into account COLA, plus we have a 21-point spread between most of our job pay grids. So according to our pay review, it would fall between about 53,000 and 64,000 per year based on a 35-hour week, or 1,820 hours. So the recommendation is to post for a period of 2 weeks, with the anticipation and hope that we have some good applicants, and start the interview process the week of June 6th to expedite the process, just because we're going to be slightly short-staffed here in the next little bit. And we have a lot of planning occurring, and we really do need to get someone in that position. In the event that we don't get any applications, we can always extend the deadline further, but we are hopeful that we will get some applications based on the junior planner position, and be able to do that interview process in early June. We would also recommend that council appoint somebody onto the hiring panel to assist with that. And as far as financial implications, the cost of the position would be covered by the savings in the treasurer position going on to the clerk administrator. So there wouldn't be no negative financial implications on the position being implemented mid-year.
Yes, Karen.
In reference to the job description that we're reviewing, I see where the crossing out of saying planner, etc. But I is a lot of it still not taken from originally hiring a planner and not even a junior planner? And then it makes reference to your educational component where it says, or a diploma in business admin, which doesn't really fall in line with the same as the requirements of what the land use planning, environmental studies, or like trying to think of what the other one was. There is another one with reference to planning. And then in reference to the experience, not just prior planning administration experience, but we should actually have specific years of experience. And I mean, are we looking more of an administration person or a junior planning? Because I also note that it says that they're going to assist the building, chief building official in duties and administration. So I'm just wondering if there's more of the job description that was written originally for our planner versus the review for a junior planner.
So we did take the job description that was presented to committee in early April for the junior planner. It was, I would say, kind of adjusted based on planner. Right now, we are looking for either junior planner or, as we had discussed, kind of that administration side. And that's where the because there are individuals who have more of a business admin side, but are have worked in the planning side of things. As far as the junior planner goes, yes, I don't disagree that we could put in as far as schooling with the environmental side or that side of things as well, to open that market up for who we may get for applications.
Follow up. It's just, I personally feel that an administrative position scores less than what a junior planner's position scores. And that's why I'm looking to be clear on what it is specifically we're looking for. Because to hire just an administration individual when we've scored what's supposed to be a junior planner is different.
Absolutely. I think that some of the requirements that we do have in there, though, working towards, as far as the low end goes, that still falls lower than a lot of some of the administration positions in the county. And after speaking with a planner, as far as getting somebody in that role, that kind of met their criteria. Now, the original scoring that was done on the junior planner position, I actually did score it lower on this than it was originally presented to committee. The wages are only different because the wages that were presented to committee were based off the 2017 numbers and figures from whenever the pay grid and matrix were done.
I know, I realize that, but I was also looking at our current pay grid and looking at positions when I made the comment.
Thanks, Karen. Any other questions on this? Okay, then now, so Ali, you're also looking for somebody to sit on the sit as a position like for the hiring committee. And that's what this motion is going to be entailing also. Karen, did you have another question?
I was just wondering if there was going to be amendments to the job description with reference to specific experience and not just prior planning, like with an actual years of experience. Because you usually see that in job descriptions, not just prior experience, but 2 years to 5 years to whatever the case may be. I'd asked
Yes.
that prior as well for that, but
Yeah.
anyway.
Yes, Ali.
And I have, thank you, Chair. Sorry, Councillor Jennings, I have no issues putting that. When speaking with a planner, it was recommended that we may get a student fresh out of school that doesn't have experience. So, and I have no issues putting like up to 2 years experience or something along those lines, but we kind of wanted to leave it open to new graduates as well, from that perspective.
But if we were leaving it up to a new graduate, then that person wouldn't have the 2 years.
Correct.
So how does council feel then about this?
Well, an individual can apply whether it states 2 years or not. I mean, people apply to jobs that are over their experience and over their qualifications all the time. So the fact that we put a minimum, which is usually how it scores within the pay grids anyway, then it doesn't make a difference. Because I mean, one of the scorings has to do with education and experience. So I mean, having nothing noted, then I'm not sure how that component part of it was scored. But anyway, the 2 years does not stop a graduate from applying.
Yeah, and I agree. It doesn't stop the person from applying, but it may inhibit the person from applying because they see the fact that they need 2 years. So would that hinder us? Jeff?
And I agree, and I hear what Councillor Jennings is saying. I think the other side too as well is like, it's great to leave it open just to get the applicants, because at that point, then we can decide who's at that point we're interviewing, we're picking who we're gonna hire. So I mean, we can have that in our job description or in our, especially in the advertising side, but it comes down to the interview at the end, and we might get somebody with like lots of experience. It could be the perfect option for us. So. Or we
Again,
could have a great brand new student that we didn't want to deter. That could be amazing. So I think
Yeah,
that
I would.
yeah.
I like the idea of trying to leave it as open as possible to get as many people as possible so that we can choose from. Okay,
again, when it
so
comes back to scoring for a job, though, it should have something noted. So I'm not sure how the component was scored. But anyway.
okay, so could that, this question is for you, Ali, then that type of question that Councillor Jennings is bringing up, is that something that we can decide on later, like when we go to begin the hiring committee? Like, can we decide then how it's being scored or what?
No, so the job is scored, what she's referring to is the job scored based on where it sits on the pay grid.
Yeah,
which was completed. So it was scored based on a college education of some
understand.
form, and experience, it was scored rather low. So we have no issues. Again, we did have the 1 to 2 years experience in it, and then thought it may deter. So just because we've had issues, and I know other municipalities have had issues filling the positions, we have no issues putting 1 to 2 years experience an asset. And still sending off to the universities, because I do agree, it does normally state what we're looking for. So I don't think we have any issues, just we did have that discussion, hoping not to deter students, but we are anticipating to send the job description to the universities that do provide the planning program. So if we're sending it to them, obviously we're not deterring against them.
Okay, so yes, Karen?
Well, I mean, the one thing you can always do is, as much as you put in a job description, the experience that you're looking for, when you write an ad, you can always then in turn include the wording similar to recent graduates are welcome to apply, similar to that. It's not impacting a job description that's been used for scoring purposes or anything else, but it does then note it in an ad that we do welcome the graduating students.
That's a great idea, Councillor Jennings, and I think that would be our approach, is in the ad to put, new graduates are welcome to
encouraged.
apply. Yeah.
Okay, then I think we can move forward if I don't hear any opposition to this. Yes, Ally?
Sorry, Bill, just in the recommendation that it'll be as amended,
Yes.
the job description as amended, to include the years of experience.
So I'm just writing this down here. So to the hiring committee for the position of junior planner as amended, and then what was the rest you said?
To include the years of experience.
Okay, thank you. So if there's nothing else, then I'm going to read the motion here. It was moved by Councillor Jennings and seconded by Councillor Straight, that council approve the junior planner job description and salary presented this date, and that, well, then in this motion, the motion is also including who we're going to appoint to the hiring committee. So if we could do that first, and then I'll reread the whole motion again. So Karen?
Just wondering, I know it's a junior planner, but Jeff and I had sat on the one for planner, if it just wants to continue, if Jeff was interested, unless council wants to change it up.
We're just looking for one person, right?
Oh.
Allison?
It can be 2. I prefer not 3, so we don't have any kind of quorum, but for a junior planner position, but I have no issues with 2 members.
Okay, Claus, please.
Yeah, I think Councillor Jennings' suggestion is a great idea. It's continuing what they started out to do rather than having new people on there. So if you require a motion, I would make that.
So that would be for who?
Karen Jennings and Councillor Carroll.
Yes. And Jeff, next to you, please.
Thanks, Reeve. I have no problem with that. And I think maybe the same as last time, if I can rope Claus in just as a backup, just in case there's a scheduling conflict.
Thanks, Jeff.
In that month of June. Month of June's a little bit nuts for me, but I'll make sure I try to make it work around it. But just in case something just doesn't work out, I just like to have a backup just kind of in place if we can, if that's okay with you, Claus.
Yeah, I have no problem with that. June would be a better time for me too. Things are a little nuts. I got way behind today, so.
Thanks.
Thanks to the town of Smith Falls.
Okay, thanks then, everybody, for that. I'm going to reread this. It was moved by Councillor Jennings, seconded by Councillor Straight, that council approve the junior planner job description and salary presented this date, and that council appoint Councillor Jennings and Councillor Carroll, with Deputy Reeve Claus Vandermeer as the alternate, to the hiring committee for the position of junior planner as amended to include the years of experience. All in favor? Okay, and that's carried. So we're moving on. Tonight, we have no reports of committees or petitions, bylaws, motions, notice of motions, action items, correspondence, or information items. We have no unfinished business. I guess the only thing that I would say, just in closing, before we go to the public for any questions, I just want to say a thank you to our staff who looked after being at Rosedale Centennial Hall yesterday and today to allow people the benefit of plugging in their devices to get charged and also to pick up water. And a big thank you also to the Fire Association, who did an amazing job in a short period of time yesterday morning when we decided to provide this service to our residents. They quickly were able to visit everyone in the affected area and to do their usual wellness checks and find out what was needed and to let people know on the spot that they could go to Rosedale Centennial Hall to get this. So that happened yesterday and today. And just to let everybody know that this service is going to continue tomorrow, and I believe the next day for now. And Allison, correct me if I'm wrong in this, but that's for tomorrow and the next day. The only difference is people have to come to the office on Roger Stevens to talk to our staff and to use the chamber to plug in devices and also to get water. So that service is going to continue. And I think that it was reported to me that about 75% of the people who were visited with the wellness checks did report that they had generators. So about 3/4 of the people without power had generators, which didn't leave a lot of, luckily for us in Montague, a lot of people without power or without backup. So hopefully that with what we're doing to help the residents, we'll get by the next 2 or 3 days. And I think the latest news is that most of the people in Montague who are out of power still, it's supposed to be, I believe, Thursday night, but who knows, that could be extended. So is there anything else that you wanted to add to that, Allison? This is just under unfinished or other business.
No, with it being a special meeting, I don't have anything to add to that.
Yeah. Okay, thanks then. Then I'm going to go to you, Allison and Christy, if you have any questions from the public.
Hi there. We have no questions here on our end.
Okay,
Not here either.
okay, then thank you. I have a motion that was moved by Councillor Straight and seconded by Deputy Reeve Vandermeer, that bylaw 3909/2022 being a bylaw to confirm the proceedings of council at its special meeting held on May the 24th, 2022. All in favor? Thank you. And also, I want to thank council for being available to come to this special meeting at a late notice. So thank you to all of you also. The last motion was also moved by Deputy Reeve Vandermeer and seconded by Councillor Carroll, that this meeting meeting do now adjourn at 6:29 PM until June the 7th at 6 PM or until the call of the Reeve, subject to need. All in favor?
We
And
still have our
that's-
meeting on the 31st though, correct?
Yep. Okay, thank you, everybody, and I think that's it closes our meeting off, so we're adjourned and